What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all, please hit that like button as y'all come on in here. Gather around, gather around. I got some stories to tell y'all. I got some stories to tell y'all about my time growing up in Chicago, what it was like growing up on the Southside. Did I have fun? Was there danger imminent? What was the places that we used to go to have fun? Um, you know, who did I know and who did I run into that would eventually become famous growing up here? All of that, man. I went live with this topic earlier, but I had to handle some family business, so I got off of the live stream earlier. So now I'm back once again. We back to chop it up, have a good conversation, man. I wasn't able to really do the live earlier because I had some family business to attend to. So now we here, we live and direct. Now, tomorrow I'm gonna be live streaming about some other things. You know what I mean? And I got some videos also dropping tonight. So y'all be on the lookout for that. I see Max B, Boston, Bigger Val, Max Bigger Val. Max Bigger Val just got released from prison after doing a 16-year stint. If anybody that knows me knows my name on this channel is Machiavelli Mills. It's because of Max B. That's what a Machiavelli, I got that from Bigavelli. Like, that's Max B's nickname. My homies call me Mac, and I put the Machiavelli because, I'm a big fan of Max B. Some people, I'm a fan of Pac too, of course, but it was more inspired by Max B than anything. I'm just keeping it honest with y'all. But anyway, man, what's going on, man? What's the word? How y'all feeling? How y'all living? What's happening with y'all, man? You know, I should have really kind of should have did a different type of live stream too, and probably saved this one for later on in the week. But hey, man, we here now. Yeah, Max B did 16 years in jail. Ain't no way, big dog. Jason Hunter ain't no way. That jail not for me. I can't. What? 16 years ago, I was 16. I was in high school. You know what I mean? Like what, junior, sophomore in high school, trying to figure out life. You know, Jason Whitlock didn't like Max B and Shador dapping each other at the game. I'm sure he wouldn't. Shout out Max Big Val. Good evening, Jason. How you feeling, man? My man's name Drake Cole. What's the what's the word? I always see you on here, man. Who the GOAT in Chi-Town? Chief Keef, Ye, Rose. I would say all of them, man. I can't, like, if we gonna put, if y'all gonna make me pick one out of everybody, I'm gonna have to say Derrick Rose. D Rose didn't piss nobody off in the city. And literally, people love him. I don't hear nobody, only people that hate D Rose is people that's not from Chicago. Them people that live in the suburban, the outskirts of Chicago, like Mars and Skokie and Gurney. I was say Gurney Mills, but Gurney and Naperville and stuff like that. Everybody in Chicago love Derrick. If you're a real Chicagoan, so yeah, man, Keith is people in Chicago that don't like Keith because they are his opposition. You know what I mean? You got people in Chicago that don't like Kanye no more because of the antics that he's pulled. But Derrick get an endless amount of love in Chicago. Calvin Booker said they need to trade Shador. Yeah, I believe so too, but I don't really know if that's gonna happen, boss. But we shall see. But yeah, man, as far as the GOAT in Chicago, between Chief Keef, Kanye, and D Rose, I'm gonna have to say Derrick Rose, man. Anyway, man, what y'all on, man? What y'all up to? Trying to see how long. It's a little dry up in here right now, man. We only got 8 people on the live stream. What is going on, man? Is YouTube trying to? Is they trying to help? Are we trying to help each other or hurt each other? YouTube, man. What's the deal, man? It's a little crazy. You said watch him in his Monday night. All right, right. That's true. That is true. Urlacher not the GOAT in Chicago? Hell no. He's respected though. He's respected. Hall of Famer without a doubt. Of course, he's a Hall of Famer. We know that already. You know he is. He's in the Hall of Fame. But excellent player. But Brian Urlacher ain't never had the pulse of the city the way Derrick Rose has it. D Rose still got the pulse of the city to this day. And Derrick ain't been in he ain't played with the Chicago Bulls since what 2016? Around that time. Derrick is just a beloved individual here. He's from Chicago. Gave us some real excitement post the Michael Jordan era, even if it was brief. So yeah. But nah, Brian Urlacher not to go here. But he's respected and loved here for sure. Who's the best Chicago athlete of all time? Best Chicago athlete of all time? That's a great question. Great question. I don't even know if I know all Chicago athletes for real. For me to give an adequate answer to that, I'm gonna say best Chicago athlete. I mess around and have to say Isaiah Thomas. For real. You ever seen Candyman in real life? Nah, absolutely not. But Candyman was set in the Cabrini Green projects. Like I say, my maternal family from the Robert Taylor projects, which is constructed the same way as Cabrini Green, nearly the same way. So I remember the first time I saw Candyman, we were getting babysat by my auntie who lived in the projects, and I was terrified because I thought Candyman was gonna come into the projects in Chicago and find us. Tripping on these sports players getting caught up in these illegal betting scandals. Yeah, I mean, and I always say this, with every podcast being sponsored by DraftKings and FanDuel and all of that, having all these partnerships with FanDuel and DraftKings, I knew this product was gonna come from that for sure. A few Major League Baseball players got caught in a gambling scandal, did they? See, I'm not even aware. Calvin telling me new information for sure. Said the good times, PJ. Yes, Cabrini Green, good times. That's where good times was set in the Cabrini Green projects. Manuel Clase and Luis Ortiz indicted. Yeah, ooh wee. That gambling heavy, man. I know it's an addiction because it's like a lot of these people, it's some really, really wealthy people that love to gamble. And it ain't like they need the money. They just like the thrill and the rush of all of it. So I'm sure it's an addiction. NCAA basketball is caught up in gambling. Yeah, I know. Basketball gambling has taken place across basketball, like in collegiate sports specifically. There have been several scandals about players, engaging in sports betting and all of that on their own teams. So yeah, it's not a shock. It's you said, "Woo wee, yeah, man. That's life for you though, man. That's how it be working, man." Well, what's up, y'all? Y'all got some questions about me growing up in Chicago? Anything you want to know specifically? Any of that? And I can answer all of that, man. And I'm gonna give y'all a background or overview of how I grew up, where I grew up, all of that. Let me see, man. My audience is dry on here. Folks and people still active 100%. The folks and the people still active all day, every day. Yes, they are, bro. What's it like to live in the Chicago area? Depending on where you at, what part of Chicago you living in, what communities. Chicago's a beautiful city, like I say, with a whole bunch to do, great food to eat, all of that, you know. But I mean, your life, it can go different ways depending on where you living at. You know, if you living in Hyde Park, you living in Rogers Park, you living in downtown Chicago, you living in Beverly, all of that. Like, yeah, man, everything's smooth and copacetic. Now, other areas that's a little rougher, you gonna see something going on. A little, you might see some stuff going on, but it still be pretty cool depending on where you live at, though. You know, even in hood areas, man, it's still it's pretty smooth in certain areas too. You said folks and peoples. Where you from, man? My man's asked me about that type of question. Where you from, boss man? Where you from, big dog? Is it true that Michael Jordan took over Chicago? Well, I do believe that is. Like Mike became larger than life here. And he was the most popular person in Chicago, hands down, but one of the most popular people in the world. I think he put a microscope on the Chicago basketball scene because people was coming here. Chicago basketball scene been thriving before Michael Jordan ever set foot in Chicago, before he ever put on a Bulls uniform. Make no mistake about it. But I think that like Mike being so larger than life, man, it just put a different focal point on basketball here. You know, but I do think he's beloved 1,000%, 1,000%, and he's immortalized here. So yeah, man, and he made the Chicago Bulls a respectable organization, more than respectable organization. So yeah, I mean, as if we're talking sports related, like if sports, yeah, Mike took over the town 100%. Says is Mike Dicker well liked in Chicago? Yeah, ever since Mike has come out acting like he don't see no racism in this world and he don't know what it is and all of that, you got a lot of people with different feelings about Mike Dicker. Get people like me that look at Mike funny style now. And I can't ever look at Mike Dicker the same way after I heard them comments that he had about racism in America. None whatsoever. Oh, he said, how about Marcus Pfizer? I remember the Bulls drafted Marcus Pfizer, man. Crazy. Outcast 2022 said, I went to Chicago one day. I want to visit Chicago one day. Any unwritten rules I should know of? Yeah, if you got a hat on, just don't cock your hat. Keep it straight forward or straight back. I would say that. I also think it's unwritten rules. If you go to Hero's Chicken, put the mild sauce on the chicken, not on the side. On the chicken is how it got to be, 100%. If you go get an Italian beef sandwich, tell them you want your Italian beef dipped with peppers on it. All right, you don't want no dry Italian beef sandwich at all. So yeah, unwritten rules. I would say also, what's some other unwritten rules of Chicago? I said don't cock your hat and stuff. And I gotta think of some other stuff too. Zero, what's going on with you, boss? Good to see you in here, bro. How you feeling? So that Hero's Chicken sounds good. Oh man, what? It sounds good. It is good. And I wish I had some right now. So do you follow the Cubs or the White Sox? Both. I'm not one of the Chicagoans that feel like I represent Chicago in general. So I'm not one of them Chicagoans that feel like I gotta like this team over the other team if we got two teams. If there were two football teams in Chicago, I would be rooting for the other football team the same way I root for the Bears. Um, so yeah, man, I'll follow both of them. Do Chicago locals get offended when they talk down on the Bears? 100%. 100% for sure. Yeah, we get offended because hey, we love the Bears. Okay. Latrice say unwritten rule if the address has Lake Street in it, don't come. People, y'all gonna be all right, man. Yeah, man, me and the fam all good, man. So you tired. Yeah, man, I be working nights, man. You know how it go. Trying to shake it off. Trying to shake everything off, man, for real. I'm gonna say I got some water. So y'all balling this season. Appreciate it for now. I'm gonna appreciate it for as long as it go. If the reign shall last forever and ever and ever for eons, like the Targaryens sitting on the throne in Game of Thrones, like the Targaryens sitting on the Iron Throne, it lasts for centuries and centuries. I hope it does. Bears finding out a way to win games in ways that we would lose the games previously. So for me, I love it. I love it for sure. What do you think of people using Parkway Gardens as a tourism site? I think people need to be careful. And like I would say this, man, look, there's a lot of people that went into O Block and took tourism tours and all of that. But like, yeah, just gotta be careful, man. You like they going into areas where stuff can pop off at any minute. And listen, I'm born and raised in Chicago. I don't be in Parkway. So yeah, I get people want to take the mural, take a picture next to King Von's mural, which is on the grocery store across from the across from Parkway. But people got to be careful though. King Boss say, "What up? Checking in from Milwaukee. Shout out Milwaukee, man. Shout out to Chicago's cousin city, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah, white people be doing it all the time, going up in Parkway and all of that. And the crazy thing about it is, I always say this about my people, man. We can be very backwards at times. Because if I went in Parkway, they'd be looking like, who the hell is him? Who are you? Who you know over here? What you doing over here? All of that, right? White folks come all in Parkway. It be all good. They welcome them and hug on them and everything. You like, man, what the hell? Who's a bigger Chicago legend, Lupe or Common? Oh my God. Lupe or Common? Lupe the better rapper, but that's not to say Common is bad. Common is dope. But as far as legendary scene, I'm gonna have to go with Common because Common has been through a lot of different decades of hip hop, always representing Chicago to the fullest, working with young Chicago artists, Dreezy, working with G Herbo, all of that. Like Common really got the OG label and is well deserved. Our people can really be backwards. Our people can really be backwards. I remember pulling up at one of my cousins before he knew it was me. He was hawking there. Ah man, I bet. Uh, Zero say our people can really be backwards for real. I remember pulling up at one of my cousins before he knew it was me. He was hawking me down like, "Who is you?" Yeah, our people can really be crazy with that. Real crazy, man. We got to get out of there as a people too, because it's just like it's annoying. I said, what is the do's and don'ts of Chicago, man? Man, just be cool, be easy going, don't be rude, don't be disrespectful. You're gonna be all right, man. You're gonna have a great time. Don't cock your hat though. You can wear whatever hat you want to wear. Just don't be cocking it. But cocking them hats was way worse back in the day, the 90s, early 2000s. It was way worse for people. What would it take to stop the gang violence in Chicago? Man, it's woo, a lot of this stuff is embedded in these hoods. So stop the gang violence. You gotta take a lot of these elder dudes up out of the community that's keeping the bullshit going as it pertains to gangs. You know? You gotta get these older gentlemen on board to reach the youth. What would it take to stop? Oh, I'll use this a question you just asked. Damn, that's the way I wear my cap toe. Left, right, left or right. Don't do that. Wear straight forward, straight back. I remember my mama made that point to me when I was a little boy, like 3 or 4. And she didn't want to get me in the habit of cocking my hat because, hey, people will do something to you when you a kid. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, she keep that hat straight forward, straight back. James, what's the word, man? How you feeling, man? What's going down with you? Good to see you in here. But yeah, my mama wouldn't let me cock my hat. She explained to me as a kid, you wear it this way and that way. It's gang stuff. Wear front or back. And I've been conditioned to wear a hat straight front or straight back. We not we said we not getting dudes like boss top. We not getting dudes like boss top out the hood. Dude is 34 still into fools. You know how that go. What's the backstory about the hat to the left or the right? Well, the hat signifies what gang you're under. Typically, people that cock their hat to the left, um, that's the people's under the people's nation. You know what I'm saying? Vice lords, Blackstones, cocking your hat to the right. The folks do that. Folks meaning GDs and BDs. So that's where that comes from. The hat cocking thing. Cocking your hat left or right signifies what affiliation you have. Yeah, you say need to get boss talk. Yeah. Hopefully Top can get up out of there, man. Y'all say he out the hood. I misread that. My bad, y'all. I misread it, man. Said feeling great. I stayed by 47 in Cicero. Right at Leclerc Course. Went to Curie, right? I don't know if you told me you went to Curie, but I do remember you saying you from Chicago, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Yeah, like I said, I went to Morgan Park. But nah, man. Shout out Leclerc Courts. Shout out Curie, man, for sure. Say clear book bag, Curie. They got the clip. They got to wear clear book bags at Curie. What's going on, man? Somebody else from Chicago up in here, man. They got to wear see-through book bags so they can see what's going on in them backpacks. Make sure you ain't packing nothing in there. Is you ain't supposed to be packing. How long you say? He said, facts. Said, yep, we had clear book bags. Wow, I ain't even know that. I ain't know nobody that went to Curie for real. I had no friends at Curie or nothing. We had Wayne Blackshear, was a McDonald's All-American. He transferred from Curie. Curie then to come to Morgan Park. Played 2 years of basketball at Morgan Park after transferring from Curie. See, Curie, Bogan got the dang. Didn't know that. See, I went to Morgan Park. We didn't have clear book bags. We had the metal detectors in that. No clear book bags. And we ain't wear no uniform. We said I remember watching a music video of The Race by TK, and he was cracking foes. Lil Fo warned him about doing that in the shot. Yeah, because the Four Corner Hustlers. That's where Fo and them really come from, the Four Corner Hustlers. Common is a Four Corner Hustler. The Chicago rapper Common. You cracked the four, that's disrespectful. Definitely. That's saying you definitely want some smoke or violence with the Four Corner Hustlers. That's disrespectful. Mama Conway, hold on, wait a minute. You went to MP. Who is this on here, man? Talking about Mama Conway. You went to MP. You say Mama Conway. What? You a Morgan Park kid. Somebody shh. Man, who is this on here, man? Talking about Mama Conway. Who is this, man? What year you graduate from MP? Nah, they name it security guards and stuff. Name it security guards and all, man. Like, nah, this somebody I know on here. It definitely talking about bleach balloon fights in the T. Again, this somebody from my high school because they saying stuff like the T. You had to go to Morgan Park to even say something like that. Yeah, this definitely one of my homeboys or something, or homegirls or something. Is it true that most older people in Chicago are from Mississippi? 100%. My grandmother, Mississippi born and raised. She came to Chicago. My grandmother and my grandfather both were Mississippi born and raised. They came to Chicago during 1960. It's during, the Great Migration from the South to up north. Even though we're in the Midwest, Southerners call Chicago up north. So yeah, man, my paternal grandparents from Mississippi came to Chicago in 1960, set up shop. They lived here until they passed away. He said, what y'all in Chicago think about the Diddy situation? Man, you know what, man? It was a big commotion when it first happened, but it's just like now I think people just moved on from it. Yeah, Chicago, a lot of our family is either from like Mississippi, Arkansas, or Alabama. My maternal grandmother from Alabama. But yeah, man, people from Chicago, yeah, they either from Mississippi, Arkansas, or Alabama, 100%. Trying to figure out who this is on my thing from my high school, man. A lot of my high school people be finding the channel. Or maybe it's somebody that was at before me, a little before me, a little after me. Man, Hey y'all, hold on. Uh let me get back on here, man. I'm coming right back, y'all. I'm gonna come back on here. I gotta say my father's trying to contact me. I'm gonna call y'all right back.